Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today for a huge meal prepping video. I decided to just take an afternoon and prep a bunch of whole food ingredients for myself and my family for the week. We're starting out just by making some quinoa and then after the quinoa, lentils in my rice cooker. This is such an easy way to prep quinoa, rice, whatever carbs you have on hand for the week. I personally like to use quinoa just because it has some additional nutrient benefits. It has some good protein, some good fiber, it has lots of iron, and lentils do as well. And when I'm cooking them, I cook them 2 parts liquid to 1 part grain, and I use bone broth just for a little bit of added nutrient benefits as well. And these are staples in my house for grain bowls, for salads. We use them all the time. Before we continue on with meal prepping today, I kindly wanted to thank Element for sponsoring today's video. Element is an electrolyte supplement drink mix that contains everything you need and nothing you don't. And electrolytes truly are for everyone. Whether you're a busy mom on the go chasing kids around, an endurance athlete, or maybe you just like to enjoy the occasional glass of wine or two at night, everybody can benefit from replenishing their electrolytes. And it goes far beyond just being hydrated. Electrolytes facilitate hundreds of functions in the body. Everything from hormonal regulation to nutrient absorption, fluid balance, and so much more. Element can also help with many other common electrolyte deficiency problems like headaches, muscle fatigue, muscle cramping, sleeplessness, and more. And I can truly testify to that. I know when I'm regularly drinking Element every single day, my muscles feel so much better. I don't deal with any leg cramps or muscle spasms, even nearly 9 months pregnant. There's no sugar, no artificial coloring, no dyes, none of the junk, just a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. I love a ton of their flavors, but lately I truly love the lemonade salt. It is so refreshing on a hot summer day and it tastes amazing. And right now my listeners will get a free 8-count sample pack with any order, and that sample pack includes all of the most popular Element flavors. It's a really great way to just try out a bunch of flavors, see what you like, or even just share with a fellow salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Amy. And again, it's only available through my link, so definitely check that out down in the description below. And thanks again, Element, for sponsoring today's video. Next up, it was time for one of my favorite meal prep staples, homemade granola. If you've never made your own before, it's honestly so much easier than it seems. I keep the ingredient list pretty simple. I use oats, hemp seeds, almonds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, whatever I have on hand. Today I used unsweetened coconut flakes, but I always sweeten it with maple syrup and cinnamon. And I just love having a batch ready to go because it's such an easy way for both me and my family to add a little crunch, some extra fiber to our cottage cheese or yogurt bowls in the morning. It also makes a great afternoon snack when we need something quick, but something a little more filling. Plus, it tastes so much better than most store-bought granolas, which definitely doesn't hurt. Once everything is mixed together, I spread it out onto a rimmed baking sheet and I bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, giving it a stir partway through, or sometimes I just press it down really well so it gets nice and crunchy. This is the point where the whole house starts to smell amazing from the maple syrup and cinnamon. It's one of those simple things that makes the home feel extra cozy, and the hardest part is usually waiting for it to cool before, sneaking a couple of bites. I usually let the granola cool for at least 30 minutes or so, just hanging out on the stove. Once it has cooled completely, you can break it up with a spatula. It's nice and crunchy and delicious. You can see how it turned out there. And then I just transfer it to this storage container. This is just a mason jar. I keep my oats for oatmeal and my granola on the counter for easy grab and go, and it looks so pretty sitting on the counter too. So that was done, and now we get to move on. For my protein this week, I'm making a batch of chicken thighs. I love to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs because they're affordable, they're flavorful, and one of the easiest proteins to prep ahead. I like to start by searing them in a cast iron skillet for just a few minutes on each side, just to get some nice color on the outside, and then I finish them off in the oven. This gives them so much flavor and helps keep them juicy even after reheating, and they are perfect for meal prep because I can use them in everything from lunch bowls and salads to quick dinners throughout the week. We go through this almost every single week, and it's seriously one of the easiest staples and most delicious ways to prep chicken. Next up was washing berries. I like to soak them in water with a splash of vinegar and a little baking soda before rinsing them and storing them in the fridge. It helps remove dirt and residue, and I feel like it helps them stay fresh a little bit longer too. And taking just a few extra minutes to do this now means we always have washed fruit ready for breakfast, snacks, lunches throughout the week. And while it's definitely not the most exciting parts of meal prep, it's probably one of the most important things that we do because we eat so many berries in our house, which berries are not only full of fiber, but also lots of antioxidants too. And if you're looking for a meal prep recipe that actually gets eaten in your house, this herby bean salad is one of my favorites. It comes together in just a few minutes. It keeps well in the fridge and is perfect for those days when you need something quick but still really satisfying. I especially love making it this time of year when the garden starts to produce more fresh herbs than I know what to do with. I also add quinoa to this salad that we had already prepped. I'm just rinsing it. This is just going to add some protein and a good carb source. But it's a great way to use up parsley, dill, basil, or whatever you have growing. I used mint, cilantro, and parsley, I believe, today, but really you can use whatever you have on hand. The flavors get even better as it sits, which makes it perfect for meal prep, and I love having it on hand for quick lunches, easy side dish, or a healthy snack throughout the week. I'll just pull it right out of my fridge. It also has some cucumber, it has red onion for just a little bit of bite and crunch. And my favorite addition to this salad is not only all the delicious veggies and beans, but I add some pistachios, and something about the pistachios with the mint, the flavor is just so good. Like I said, the pistachios really give it that Mediterranean feel, adds great flavor, so don't skip out on this. But This really is the kind of salad that you can add whatever beans you like, whatever veggies you like or sound good or you have fresh on hand. I just have been trying to eat more beans in my diet for iron, for protein, just to get more plant-based protein in my diet. Of course, you cannot skip on the feta cheese too. This really makes it so delicious as it's coated in all of that creamy, salty goodness. And then I don't even really do like a dressing. I just squeeze this with some fresh lemon juice, add a little red wine vinegar and some salt, and it's perfect. And then I just keep it in several containers in my fridge and I just pull them as needed throughout the week. Like I said, for lunch, for a quick snack, like right now, and you're good to go. Next up, we're making some egg bites. These are a staple in our house. I'm actually using spinach from the garden, so this felt even more special today. It feels so good to use fresh things I have on hand. I also have so many fresh eggs to use up, so I decided to double the batch, but I love to use a combination of whole eggs and egg whites in this recipe. For each dozen bites, I do 6 eggs and 1 cup of egg whites. And you might be wondering why I use the egg whites. This just keeps the fat content a little bit lower calorie, but also you're tripling your protein essentially just by using the white. And then, like I said, I'm just chopping up some spinach because I had it. And this is another recipe that you can just add whatever you like. Today, I'm adding spinach, red bell pepper, and green onion. But if you like mushroom or white onion, or herbs or whatever. You can use whatever veggies and cheese or no cheese if you want to keep it dairy free. That's totally fine too. I just kept it simple again with what I'm using today. And then for cheese, we're going to use feta because that's what I had on hand. But basically, you're going to combine all your ingredients into a big mixing bowl, whisk it up, and then you'll want to oil a muffin tin. In this case, I did 2 muffin tins today. I doubled the recipe, and you want to pour them in about 3/4 of the way full. And you're just going to bake these in a 325-degree oven for about 20 minutes, and you get perfect fluffy egg bites that make an awesome high protein breakfast or a quick snack. You can just keep them in the fridge all week and reheat them as often as you want to eat them. Buying these in the freezer section at the store or at Starbucks or wherever can be so costly. And so, if you love egg bites, I encourage you to try to make them at home. They are so easy, they're so delicious. You can have them for breakfast, lunch, a snack, and they are really yummy. But moving right along, we're going to do another ingredient prep. I always like to prep potatoes each week because I find that I use them as the base of so many bowls, barbecue chicken bowls, ground beef bowls, and I was really excited I got my hands on some purple sweet potatoes this week at Kroger, which I don't typically find. I usually use regular sweet potatoes, but I find the easiest way to prep these is just to simply dice them into bite size or like 1 inch pieces. I leave the skin on because the skin does have nutrients. You just want to wash the potatoes first, and then you're going to put them in a bowl and just toss them in a little bit of avocado or olive oil and salt, pepper, garlic powder. That's it. I'm actually just using a combination seasoning, so ultra simple. I like to throw these in my air fryer around 390 to 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that's it. Intentionality really does go such a long way. 15 minutes now, when I'm not even thinking about it, it's quick, it's simple, sets me up for success all week long. I have a beautiful side dish, a great healthy carb source I can pair with almost anything, and it's just sitting ready to go whenever I need it. And nothing says long summer days like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. My kids love Uncrustables, but I do not love paying for Uncrustables, and I don't love all the ingredients in them either. So I bought an Uncrustable maker. Basically, it just cuts the crust off for you on Amazon. I'll link it down below. But this is awesome because then you can use whatever breads, whatever peanut butter, whatever jams you like. You can really mix and match. And it's just such a simple way to prep some lunches for my kiddos. My kids love these. They'll grab them in a pinch if we're like headed to the playground or the park or a play date. It just makes it so much easier. I've been trying to do about 2 loaves a week, and I'm going to try to do even more before this baby comes because it's such an easy thing for my kids to feed themselves. And I know, when I'm in bed and I'm nursing and I'm postpartum, it'll just be nice to have in the freezer. These freeze awesome. You can eat them frozen or you can let them thaw. My kids love them frozen. Are my kids the only ones? Let me know down in the comments below. But I enjoy them too. I think I'll probably be grabbing a bunch of these during my postpartum journey just for a quick snack while I'm nursing or something. They're seriously so good. You can't beat a good old peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And the very last thing I wanted to sort of prep today was just a good old watermelon. Watermelon is just starting to come in season where I am, and I don't know if it's pregnancy or just normal cravings, but I am eating so much watermelon right now. It is so good. My kids and I could eat a whole watermelon a day. And so we're enjoying it. We'll stop at the stand or wherever and pick up some fresh watermelon. I just like to get it all over with, cut it all in one sitting. I'll store half of it in some Tupperware and the other half I just throw in a bowl and put on the counter because inevitably we will eat it. But regardless, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that it was just an inspiration and an encouragement to you to think about meal prep, think outside the box. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't even have to do as much as I did today. I've slowly been building some of these habits for years, but it takes time. And just know that cooking healthy, simple meals for yourself, for your kids, for your family is so possible, and it doesn't have to be hard or complicated. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you really soon in the next one. Bye, friends.